Funny interaction. I had him laughing a lot. That's my main focus with these interviews, because one thing I notice about Ariel's interviews is the fighters never laughing. And if they are, they're just like, ha, ha, ha. Because Ariel has said a joke that they know is a joke, so they have to kind of give a laughy reaction to it. But I'm trying to actually make these guys laugh, and I got it with Drickus. DJ was laughing a lot, which I think was really good. But DJ does laugh a lot, so I didn't take that as too much of a win, because he kind of laughs at anything. No offense. you laughing. And then Moicano was laughing, but there's a language barrier, so it's a lot harder. But I think I made Pimlet laugh the most, other than DJ. You know what, chat? You'll watch the Paddy Pimlet interview. You know he's actually all right. I got him to admit that he watched it back and he can see how Jared Gordon won. With commentary, he said, though. So I really did get him to the edge. I got him to say at one point that he thinks when he watches it back with commentary that he can see why people think Jared Gordon won. That is a long way from where he started. A long way from where he started. Full Violence just posted Jones is pushing White to make the Pereira fight. Damn, he's selling to get that done? That's insane. It makes sense, though. I actually believe it. He's pushing White to make the Pereira fight. Dude, Jones is pushing White right now, dude, on the streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico, guys, just to get this Pereira fight done. He's got to make up amount to pay off his bail. I think it was a good interview. Anyone watched any bit of it so far? I think I'm going to do more interviews. I sort of went away from him for a bit since South Africa and since the DDP interview. But we did Mighty Mouse. We did Moicano. Not more, but like at least once a month or something, you know? Not more to where there's just every week who we interviewing. Like, I like asking someone questions that I really want to talk to. Paddy's one. Drickus was one. Moicano, you know. Someone who's going to know who I am. Do you know what I'm saying, chat? Because if I'm just some random guy that they've never heard of, they'll be very dismissive. They'll give boring answers. I'm not interviewing Bisping. I'm not doing him no favors. He can off on YouTube. Should have asked him about Till. Nah, I might try and interview Till at some point. Who knows? I want to do a video tomorrow on Mike Perry, though. I'll do the video tomorrow on Mike Perry. How about that? I want to do a video about the man cut from the UFC that built an entire sport on violence or whatever it was. Because he basically built BKFC from the ground up, did he not? Not from the ground up, but Perry made BKFC mainstream. I know it was still big and there were still people talking about, oh my God, that was a wild fight on BKFC. But Perry's headliners are like, that is the BKFC weekend. You know what I mean? He made it big. Yeah, he genuinely did do what Conor did to it. And now Conor's involved in BKFC, and I bet you he wouldn't have been if not for Mike Perry. Bet you he wouldn't have been. We need a Rampage interview. Aspinall interview. Nah, he's a good guy. I don't want to tarnish him. Same with Arnold Allen. I mentioned that to Paddy in the interview we did. Oh, that'd be fire if you were on Jackson, yeah. I have to listen to that fucking annoying co-host, though. I get why he's there, to steer the conversation and to be the casual fan amongst them. But, Jesus Christ, it gets annoying sometimes. Arnold the GOAT dude has full combos. I know. He's great, Arnold Allen. He's amazing. I just don't want to tarnish him with my association. You got to be aware of that if you're a bit of a rotter of a human. Would you interview Randy Orton? He always reps you. I'd love to interview John Bernthal if I could do it. If I could interview a celebrity or do a celebrity interview, but probably not. I don't know. And only because he messaged me, but I'm not messaging him back. I've replied, but I'm not going to then say, what are you up to, dude? See that recent video? I'm just going to, if he messages again, he messages again. Someone said Peyton Tabbitt. No, not Peyton Tabbitt. Yeah, next person I would interview would probably be O'Malley would be a good one. Moicano is probably going to be next because in September he's got his main event. So I actually messaged Moicano. Just said that like I messaged Moicano a while ago, and he said he would be down. He actually said, I'm going to fly out earlier to Paris. Brother, I'm going to fuck this guy up. Shut up, everybody. Let's fucking go. That's what he said. Based Moicano, dude. Nobody gives energy like him. Witek or Sugar Show? I ask any other fight, they say, sure, dude. Yeah, I'm down. But for this one, it's, I'm going to fly out earlier. Brother, I'm going to fuck this guy up. Shut up, everybody. Let's fucking go. Change the type, Ban Elliott. Mick Parkin and Ban Elliott. Yeah, true. Dude, Mick Parkin's the up-and-coming dog. Looking to match Volkov's streak at heavyweight. Just watched. Proud of you, bud, apart from melting with the Molly bit. I mean, what do I really... I didn't melt. I said, I've got to keep doing it, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I got to get paid, man. But I'm not exactly going to say, no, I'm going to keep saying shit about it. There's a part of it, yeah, chat, where I am... You do have to be a human being and be somewhat agreeable. You know? I was mainly trying to make him laugh. That's the main thing. So could I have stood on business about Molly McCann? Yeah, I could have. But it would just be arrogant and lame to do. Like, I made him laugh. When he cooked me about Molly, I made him laugh out loud. So I think I played it very well socially, to be honest with you guys. You need to have a bit of empathy, yeah, because he is a human, you know what I mean? And if I, like, don't give him a bit of timidity there and give him what he wants a bit, which is, like, I played it the perfect way, because otherwise it's beef and he'll never speak to me and he probably would have switched off the interview, you know? And I didn't look like a bitch. I just made it into I styled it into I can get him to laugh about somehow, which is on the spot. I think I did quite well. Keep the interviews more subtle like you did. Yeah. There's usually one or two that are quite good. But, yeah. It's not as funny if they're all cool, is it? Why do UK kids worship Sidemen? It's the thing to do. Most people are famous because they're already famous. As long as they maintain it, then they're good. People don't care how KSI made them laugh or anything. It's just that KSI is doing something. You know what I mean? Well, but it's KSI doing it. That's how it is these days. Paddy said Fletcher would be on the finale. He did, yeah. He said he's pushing hard for the finale or whatever. So, I don't know. Maybe he is. He kind of leaked it, right? He kind of leaked it because he also said Luke Riley was on the Contender Series, and I ain't heard no confirmation of that. So, he leaked a few things. Riley was announced. Oh, okay, never mind. I kind of flopped that one. Saw your eyes dart to the camera. It wasn't that I didn't want to laugh. Like, oh my God, I'm going to laugh if he does this. No, it was like, oh my God, I need to be like serious. Because the rest of the interview, I was doing stuff like wincing at things and, you know, little looks and stuff. So I was like, oh my God, let me lock in real quick. Jesus, that'd be a horrible clip. Do you think Strickland being a good is a disgrace to middleweight? Yeah. Anderson would have maybe slept him because Anderson is better as a striker in different ranges than Adesanya is. Adesanya is an only long-range striker unless you lunge into him. If you lunge into close range, he's good. But other than that, he's not the best in close range. Whereas Anderson could do clinch work a lot better than Adesanya could. But clinch work was also more of a thing in MMA back in the day because no one knew what they were doing in a clinch. So I do think Strickland would have beaten Anderson Silva in his prime. I mean, who was Silva beaten? Forrest Griffin? Dog shit fire. Awful. No idea how to throw a punch. And Silva was so randomly shit sometimes. He was, yeah. He had fights where he was just off the whole fight. The Chael fight on the feet. Dare I say it. The Chael fight on the feet. He was shit. He was shit in that fight. He got dropped. He got hurt. Weidman, a lot of things. You know what, Chat? I'm going to say this as well. Yes or no? People really badly do Weidman dirty in those fights, yeah, because Weidman, the first fight, Anderson Silva got cocky, left his hands down and got KO'd. Anderson Silva's leg snapped. Weidman was beating the shit out of him in both fights before that happened. Like dominating him in both fights before that happened. And people act like, oh, it didn't really happen, though. It was he let his hands down and let him KO him. And yeah. Weidman was always going to smoke him. I agree. I always had Weidman winning that one. Chadman, yeah, he dominated Anderson in those fights. I don't think it's a bad take to say that Prime Sean Strickland beats Prime Anderson Silva. Prime Anderson Silva was striking against people that had no idea what they were doing. I don't think that's a bad take. I think you guys are just really, really stuck in the past, a lot of you. Strickland is better than any striker Anderson Silva faced in his prime. I'm thinking back in my head now. Yeah, he was. Vitor? No, not good at all. Not technically good. Wild, sauced up, explosive, yeah, but not technically good as a striker that well. He had moments of like, wow, that was a great head kick, or wow, that wheel kick that he landed on Rockhold was really good. But other than that, the in-between stuff, Vitor's striking understanding is way behind Strickland's. Forrest does not. What do you mean Forrest does not? I mean, Forrest threw punches like a retard that had no idea what he was doing, which is, good job asserting dominance by calling Paddy Bud. What's up, Bud? How's it going? I always say Bud, though. I've been saying Bud a lot. Hey, Bud. You know what? I think it is Norm MacDonald. I think he said it quite a bit. So now I say it quite a bit. Paddy McCrory versus Mark Hume. I'm going to go Mark Hume. Paddy McCrory jumps guillotines a lot like a retard. And yeah, it's pretty bad takedown defense from what we've seen against other opponents. His loss that he had, I know he took it on short notice, but he fought against James Webb and got out grappled by him. And I don't rate James Webb, so I think Hume will out grapple him. Valentina has her team spar, dehydrated, train in the desert, go on boats and ride helicopters next week. That South African bald guy is going to get fed to coyotes, yeah. This is nature. Whereas Grasso is literally like taking them to the PI. They can use all the equipment. That's like good shit. That's what I would want. Grasso giving her own personal massages with the massage gun. I mean, come on, dude. Heaven. Okay, stop trying to get me in trouble, grey shirt, clip farming, you pussy.